We have a major rejection on the monthly chart for the Bitcoin price over here. So in today's show, we're going to quickly cover, is this a major cause for concern, or is there a chance that price is going to bounce and have a swing failure pattern over here, meaning that it's a good thing for the longs? Well, let's get straight into the show and we'll cover everything that you need to know and a whole lot more. At the crypto bubbles chart over here, you can see that most of the coins are still selling off on the hourly. If you take a look at the daily, it's pretty brutal. Pretty much everything is still red on the day. And let's have a look. What does the weekly look like? Also pretty damn brutal. The monthly, you can see giving up a lot of those gains from what was previously a very, very good monthly chart for most of the coins. And a lot of those gains are starting to be given up, which means, of course, that the Bitcoin bulls are starting to panic and bears are starting to take back control. So what are we having a look at over here? Well, if you look at Bitcoin price over here on the weekly chart, you can see the blue highlighted area that I have. That's the main point of interest for the for at least the bulls to step back in, and where bears might start to close out some of their shorts, and that level is 25,277. So you have that lining up with a lot of different moving averages and EMAs. Most notably, it's going to be the 21 exponential, the 200 exponential, the 200 moving average, and the 255. Now, I expect these three over here to be the main area where price will start to bounce out of. So coming off of that 200 and 200 EMA. Next, I want to mention we do have the big trading competitions that's coming up. Make sure that you register. This competition begins on Wednesday. So registration is already open. All you need to do is go through to the description below. Click on the link over here. You can see the Bybit trading link. Make sure you have a Bybit account first and foremost. That gives you access to $30,030 in sign-up bonuses if you use my link below. And then when you come through to the page over here, you'll notice there's some major prizes at play. So first place will get a Tesla or $40,000 in cash. Maybe you already have a Tesla, so you'll rather take the cash. Second place prize is a Rolex, or you can take $20,000. So it's a Submariner blue and gold over there. And then third place is going to be $10,000 in cash prize, which will be sent directly to your wallet. Make sure you join. So far, we have about 453 participants, which means if you're a top trader, you have a very good chance of winning this competition. So share this with a friend as well, and let's continue on with the stream. Looking at Bitcoin price over here on the 4-day, you can see we've started to lose the short and the medium-term moving average. That's the yellow and the green one. We have a nasty rejection over there. You can see the Dragonfly Doji candle, which printed over here on the 15th of April on Saturday. That was confirmed. And then straight follow through. Price started to just come straight down. And now we've lost that all-important $28,236 level. So you can see very clearly here, there is a possibility that we're moving into a new range, right? So this was the prior range, and you can see that price is starting to get stuck within that range. The question is, where's the next major support? Now, you'll see certain areas of interest. There is confluence that's going to be coming in around that $25,000 level because you have the purple long-term moving average, which is starting to move up. As price comes down, you also have this horizontal region at 25,000. Remember, that was the prior range high, which we're now looking to flip from what was resistance into support. So resistance all over here, and then a big deviation back into this and potential support. If you start to lose that area, that's going to be catastrophic. Then you have a major deviation in play, and you're breaking back into the long-time range, which is held for the good part of a year. So basically, what am I saying? Well, in the next couple of days to weeks, if price continues to sell off, you really want to see it bounce around this $25,000 level, or there is going to be major, major trouble ahead. Total 3, you can also see, has now started to fall back within the range. So here's the range, very, very clear range, right? This has been the main range over here, and you're breaking back into that range. Diagonal, it's looking like a big bull trap. If bulls don't get this back above, that is going to be a major bull trap, which is in play. Okay, Bitcoin dominance over here. We were looking at some sort of pattern like this for potentially the dominance to continue on up. Where this turns, we don't know. Could this be it? Yes, it could, but I still think Bitcoin dominance might continue high if price continues to sell off. So potentially around that 48% region, and then a breakdown of this neckline. You can see a head and shoulders pattern. Then that would be good for alts. Otherwise, what you're going to see is it could also go the other way, right? It could obviously recapture this 48.45% level. If that happens, that's going to be incredibly bearish for altcoins, and Bitcoin is definitely going to own the party. Next, let's look at the open interest over here and the funding rate. So you can see still positive. What does that mean? Simply put, that longs are still trying to long every dip that comes. And therefore, that is still additional momentum, right, to continue to send prices lower. So I'll show you on the short-term timeframes, the low timeframes, exactly what I'm looking at. But all you need to know is that longs could continue to get squeezed to the downside. Now, we've started to lose an important area. I was looking at this area over here on the left-hand side. So price action right about where we are now, between 27,200 and 28,300. Now, this has been an important zone because it took a long time to break through. You can see the demand that kicked in, right? This is ultimately our demand zone, so you can pull that across. And what does that mean? You're looking for price to react from this level and potentially bounce out of the zone. I can probably lower it ever so slightly, but bulls took, this is a daily chart, so bulls took a number of weeks before they were able to actually push price through that level. And then we almost made it to the top around that $32,000 level. And consequently, price has come down. So what next? Well, I have outlined two scenarios over here. You can see by the green arrow. Let's probably make that a little bit bigger for you. I'll make it to 4 points. And then we have the red arrow path over here. Make it on 4 points. So if you see price start to recapture above this $28,500 level, then you can consider this a swing failure pattern. What does that mean? Of course, that means that it's bullish, right? Swing failure pattern. You've reclaimed this level over here. This is your swing failure pattern. And then you can start to target back up towards that gray liquidity box, which is coming in at 32,200. So this is definitely the one area of interest. Alternatively, if you can't get through that level and you see price start to come back up and you set in a lower high, then it means that, yes, you're coming down much lower, and then I'll start to target around that $25,000 zone. So it's really in a decisional place at the moment. You can make the choice whether you want to attempt to take a long. If you take a long over here, you at the very least looking at a move back around that $28,000 level, which could provide a nice quick scalp. So percentage-wise, what does that look like? You're potentially getting a little bounce in the region of 4%. But failure to get back above that, as just mentioned, would still be bearish. It means you're going to have continued distribution towards the downside. Now, what you'll find is a lot of players over here, once you start to move under this region over here and you sweep this liquidity, they'll start to bail out their positions, their longs at least. So anyone that was longing down here will start to bail out. But again, as mentioned, if you see a quick recapture, those players are going to be left behind. And then you can say that there's a high probability that you're going to be moving up towards that $32,000 level, which I still think is an area of interest. It's still a possibility that price can push up there and that there won't be full on distribution yet. Liquidation levels, $27,000 was a strong liquidation levels as per Crypto Nova's chart over here from High Block Capital. So very, very nice. Price has already come into that. That liquidity has been captured. That basically means Bitcoin needs to get moving, and it needs to move soon. On the daily chart over here, or 3-day chart, excuse me, we did also identify the Dragonfly doji that took place over here. And that happened at a recent high. So you take this seriously, right? Because it happened at a recent high, prices haven't been this high for 317 days, which is almost an entire year. That means when you start to print candles like that on low volume, which is what you can see over here, low volume, volume is declining. You expect that volume should be picking up and inclining into new highs. Now, since that didn't happen, you can say big players are starting to sell off. This was matched with a bearish divergence between the RSI and the OBV, and consequently, we've seen the net result of that, which is prices coming down. Now, watching this level, it's been key. That's why I have it marked off, 27,244. Failure to get back above this level quickly means that this could start to unwind very, very quickly, and you might see aggressive selling to the downside. Now, if you look at this, the reason it looks bad as per Solid over here, he's showing that if you look at price, so you see price is going down while the open interest is going up. So here you have the price going down, your open interest is shooting up. And then in the meantime, the predicted funding rate is also going up. That means that more people are long than short, on leverage at least. So longs are being liquidated on every little drop that happens within Bitcoin, and they still continue to try and knife catch opening fresh new leverage positions. And unfortunately, then the price continues to go down. This means that the only thing is that the spot is selling, and he says that's why he's added spot cumulative volume delta in order to confirm his thesis. And from what he can see, there's only a little bit of interest in spot on the last drop, nothing significant. So basically, you should be careful. There's still additional fuel, exactly what I outlined in the beginning of the show. There's still additional fuel to the downside based on the funding rates that you have over here. Okay, low time frames. Let's move on to the, let's first show you the daily chart over here. There is a potential parallel channel that's at play. So you can see if you connect this, let's just quickly grab our tool. If you connect the highlighter tool over here, you can see this could be a potential channel that is in play. Now, what's interesting about the channel is that you do have major support, which is coming in over here at the 200 EMA. That's the light blue line. It matches up with the top side of the channel. So if Bitcoin price can continue to consolidate, and I'll make the chart a little bit bigger for you, if you can see the consolidation continue, so more a slow, gradual, controlled sell-off, this will ultimately meet up with what was the prior range high, that strong 25K level, and you'll have that EMA, which is also currently trending on upwards. So that would be a nice buy the dip opportunity if you were to meet these areas all simultaneously around $25,000. That would be a high conviction long for me personally. And the reason why is because failure to reclaim or hold that 25K level means that you're deviating back into the range. You remember the long time range that we had. Let's quickly zoom out. Maybe I'll clean this up a little bit for you. Let's quickly remove the indicators. And then let's quickly show you what I am talking about. Grab a horizontal over here. So this was one of the areas of interest, right? Prior range. Let's quickly draw this. So we had this as the main range. Deviation below the range, back into the range. And if you lose that 25K level, what would that mean? Of course, that means a deviation, right? You're deviating once again back into this part of the range. And that means you're probably going to spend a lot more time over there. And then you bring in much lower prices. Then there's a potential that you're moving all the way down to that $18,000 level, which obviously we don't want at this current point in time. At least if you're a bull, you don't want that. You want to see prices hold up. Next, what do we have over here? We have the Bitcoin 15-minute chart. If you look at the 15-minute chart, you can see that it's basically bear flag after bear flag. So you had a big sell-off over here. You started to create a flag formation pattern over here. The angles are still good, and you broke that down. Now you're in another bear flag, which means there's a high possibility that you'll start to break this region down. So let's move this across and move that across over here. What would that look like? Something like this. So if you see this start to break below $27,100, then you take your pole, your measured move, right? So that would be, let's make that a bit neater for you. You take your measured move, which is going to be, this is your pole from, oh no, I've got the extended tool on. Guys, give me a second. Let's take that off there. Perfect. All right, so you take your pole and your measured move off the breakdown is going to take price all the way to where? Round about $26,400, $26,400. So that is a possibility. If this doesn't start to recapture higher prices very soon, you could be looking at $26,400. Now, guys, currently I'm away. You can see I'm in the middle of nowhere in a cabin over here. I'm going to lose reception soon. I'm traveling from this destination to the next. So I'm probably not going to be able to do another show. But I do have minor internet whereby I can probably update you through Twitter, through the Discord channel as well. And then the Daily Candle newsletter will still be up and running. Make sure that you like the show. This is a pre-recorded show, but I'm uploading it right away within 5 minutes after having recorded this. So everything should be relevant for you. Please take a few seconds out of your day to smash the like button. Also, let me know in the comments, what do you want me to chart? I will be making new charts going into the new week. I'll update you on Discord. Let me know what charts you want, and then smash the like button. Sign up to Bybit. Join the Bybit Trading Competition as well. And guys, that is it from me. Have an absolutely stellar day out there. I will see you guys all on the next one. Cheers for now.